Alert.
There we go. You got alert, not the other word.
God damn it.
Or spoiler tag is still on.
Yeah, I know, because we were talking
Oh yeah,
about
we
the
always
Mandalorian.
talk.
We were
Yeah,
talking
right.
about
At the
Mandalorian
very end.
at
At the very end.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome to the big show.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
It's all good.
Welcome to the post-credit show where we talk about games we played, movies we watched, and other sort of nerd junk we've done.
Yeah. Else in between.
Yep.
I've only done one
welcome.
thing that
I'm
no one
Tony.
else has done.
I'm Nick.
I'm Brian.
You've only done one thing.
That no one else has done.
I've done that too. I just didn't write it down.
Oh. Okay.
I started it.
Okay, never mind. Then I've done everything
But
that
then
everyone
again-
else has done.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Sorry.
Let's get started.
I kept playing Wolfenstein.
Which one are you playing?
New Blood. Like
Is
the
that-
the first one?
The first one. Okay. That one's a hard one to get through.
I think it's been okay.
It's not, no, like, it's just, it's dated, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's an older game. Because you definitely need to play that one before playing the new Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need to play that one before playing the new Colossus.
I'm not having a problem with it.
I thought the story was kind of like,
The story is weird because
It's
you're
Wolfenstein.
Everywhere.
Yes. Because, yeah, you start off in World War II or something like
You
that.
start
and then,
off
like,
in the fight.
and then, like, you die or something like that. Or you go, you're in a coma. You're in a coma.
You're in a coma,
Yeah,
and then you... Well, no, they're not even in a coma. You're in a coma, and then you're in a, like, mental hospital
Yeah.
in, like... In
Germany or something.
No,
It's some weird place.
No, it's one of the neighboring countries, like Poland or something. Like you're in another country,
Belgium.
something. Either way, this woman's taking care of you, and one day the Nazis come and shut the place down, and they start killing people.
Oh dear lord.
And you wake up from your coma, but it's now 1960.
Yeah, and
And
I
the
think
Nazis have won.
the first thing I remember distinctly about this game is that you were torturing the shit out of one of the Nazis. Or maybe you haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, no, you do some stuff
In the
at
basement,
certain places,
in the
yeah.
basement scene where he's like, "I need you to tell me whatever."
Yeah, you grab the big chainsaw. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
You're
Gears of War
pretending to
chainsaw.
try to like
Yeah.
cut him, but you don't actually cut him. Spoilers.
Yeah, like
It's an old game. Play it. It's a good game.
It's a good game.
But yeah, it doesn't feel old, and the only reason it feels old in anything, like in my thought process, is like, oh, they want it to feel that way because it's
It's a little
World War
gray.
II.
A little gray. A
And
little more
again,
gray. A
that
little more
was-
gray for my liking because I went in from that into New Colossus, and
Yeah.
New Colossus was a huge,
And that's why I'm playing Wolfenstein, is because
huge breath of fresh air.
New Colossus
And-
is on Game Pass. So
And literally, because I finished the New Colossus as
Yeah.
well, if they don't do Mecha Hitler
Yeah.
in 3, they are doing that game wrong.
I feel
They're
like they
doing that
will
too.
because they do a pretty good job of those games.
Like there is a scene in 2. There's a very pivotal scene. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, where it's like, oh, the game's done. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like
Borderlands.
Yeah.
yeah, chapter 4.
Continued in chapter
4.
Continue in
I'm
4.
3.
3.
It was almost that way, to be honest. Like there's a scene with BJ, and that you think, yeah, it's. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Cool.
And if they don't continue that into 4 or 3,
Yeah.
disappointed. Good game still, but it's,
Yeah, I've snuck into one of the Nazi compounds and saved one of my
2 I think is a lot
saved one of
funner.
my buddies. And that's good.
2 is a
So
lot
I'm
better
working my way there.
because can you dual wield in 1?
Yep.
Okay, so you can still do the dual wield.
Which I never do because
Oh god, that's how you make that's maximum fun.
That's maximum fun.
see, my problem is I
We're missing out on maximum fun.
but I'm okay
Like
with
you
that
get
because
2
I like-
shotguns, 2
but
shotguns.
I like
Pow,
looking
pow,
down
pow.
the sights of guns, not just like
2
hip
shotguns.
firing.
2 shotguns.
You know,
I just
don't
think of
get
the
close
Danny
enough for-
DeVito meme.
Yeah.
And I started blasting.
And I started. Oh my god! The Nazis came at me, so I started blasting.
I've been playing Life is Strange.
1 or
'cause-
2?
1.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Because all the chapters. For
which chapter are
I
you
just
on?
started chapter 2.
Okay, chapter. I think it was 3 or 4. I think it was. There was a plot twist that happened, like one of those hangers.
Yeah.
In one of those episodes, I can't spoil it for you. It's so good. 'Cause then it happens. How do you like it so far?
Not bad. The characters speak weird. Like
I-
it feels like to me it was 40-year-old guys writing dialogue for,
Yes.
teenage girls, and it feels that way. The game's cool.
I think the game runs 10 times better than any Telltale game I've ever
Oh
played.
yeah,
Like this is what a studio that knows how to make.
like the game itself,
adventure games.
awesome. Just some of the dialogue every once in a while they say something, and I'm like, I feel like that's not how this would but okay. You just kind of do it. And
But I
then
think it's a
you
high
go
school.
with
Yeah,
it.
it's like an old high school after the school special kind of dialogue.
sort of, but still not like I don't know. There's parts of it that are wonky, but I
my-
love the fact that you make a choice and you can alter the choice and make the
Time
choice and
travel.
be like, oh, I
So
don't like the.
have you played it before?
No.
We were talking about it the other night. Where,
Oh,
but yeah, like
Yeah.
it's
I-
you
I-
make a choice, you see the consequences or like the initial consequence of that
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
And you can
And
always
then it's like,
backtrack
oh,
a little bit.
I don't like that consequence, so you backtrack and you do it again. And you're like, I don't like that consequence either, so you go
Yeah.
back and you do the first
Yes.
one again.
Yeah, I like that time
And then
travel
it
piece
plays
to it.
off later in the story, and you're like,
that's what that did.
I should
Yeah.
have been.
But then again, like it's
oh.
one of those games where they straddle. Like no, there's no real right answer.
correct.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're ever wrong. It's
Yeah.
just like you feel wrong in the moment, so you kind of switch back and do something else. But then later on in the story, it's like, oh, if I would have done this, this would have happened. You're like, oh.
Unfortunately, Life is Strange, and this is not much of a spoiler,
Yeah.
but the ending piece to it, it's like a Mass Effect thing
Mm-hmm.
where
it
it's
doesn't
like
really matter what
you're
choices you
you're
make.
yeah, it does matter up to that point.
Yeah.
But the ending you choose,
The ending is
it's
the
one of
ending.
those like yeah, it's very clear cut and dry, black and white. Like this, it happens one way or the other. But if you choose one particular reason or one of the choices, I didn't see the other choice.
Yeah.
But I think that ending impacted me greatly because it's like I built this relationship between Chloe and Sam's her name.
Yes.
I think her name, the main character's name is
Yes,
Sam.
I believe Max.
Max, sorry.
Max.
Yeah, Chloe. Like the relationship between Max and Chloe.
Yeah.
It was really like they still did that black and white ending,
Yeah.
but it wasn't so bad. I guess
Oh.
it's not as bad as Mass Effect was. It's not as bad as apparently Outer Worlds is.
Oh.
Apparently that at the end of
Yeah.
that game is like that too.
Oh, really? At the very
yeah,
end?
at the end of that game is another
Um,
one of those like it doesn't matter what you have done in the game. It's your choices didn't really matter. But in this one, it's like that too. But what they're trying to leverage is your player relationship between these two characters,
Yeah.
Which works.
It's
which I think is
character building.
very good.
So yeah, they have all of Life is Strange, like all of those ones.
Is 2 on Game Pass too?
2 is releasing as the chapters come out on Game Pass.
Is that on
the
PC?
Xbox. I don't know.
Oh, I need to see it.
So that's my piece. Is like
Okay,
I
so-
saw 2 and it's like, oh, you can now get chapter 4, and I'm like, I should probably finish 1.
Yes,
because I-
100% should finish
I
one.
played 1, like chapter 1, and it didn't hook me enough to like.
If I'm gonna be if I
But now
gi-
that I'm
if I give you
free.
if I might recommend play Captain Spirit's Adventure.
Yes, I've
whatever.
heard.
You need to play that one before 2,
2.
more so than 1 into 2.
Gotcha.
You need to play
And
that
I
one.
kind of knew that.
You need to play that one first because that
Um,
introduces the character in like chapter 3 or something like that.
Okay. I played a bit of Resident Evil 2 remake, or RE2 make.
Two.
If we're going on this journey.
It's like you said it wrong, Nick.
You did. You almost so
Two-make.
so close. So close.
Yeah, like
I like it.
It's good. It's hard.
But
But
I
it
think
is very
with-
much a
Survival.
well, and that's the piece is I don't remember which zombies to kill and which ones to keep alive. Like I used to know in Resident Evil 2, like because that's the whole point of the survival games is
Yeah.
like kill zombie X, run by zombie Y.
Yeah,
run by
you want to
zombie
reserve
Z.
your ammo.
Ammo.
You're
or
reserving
for
your ammo.
health kits. And
Board
stuff.
up certain windows, but not other like there's strategic ways of doing it so that you can make it through the game. This one I lucked out at one part of the level because one of the zombies got caught on desks. Like I trapped him in a corner of desks. Like he was like,
Oh, you got him with geometry.
and I'm like,
See, at least they play
cool,
a
I
little.
can solve this puzzle. like, well,
Liar.
he's trapped.
You can't knife zombies like you do in 4.
That is so. That's my biggest problem. Is like I love that about 4. I love that about like the 1 remakes where they gave you like
Yeah.
if you had the knife.
Even in
you could
5,
just- yeah.
even in 5, you could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about 6 to remember.
No one knows enough about 6.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
like,
this one sucks because the
strategy
knife has
was-
durability.
Right. The strategy was shoot him in the kneecaps, well, have him
Get
fall,
them down and then,
just
just knife him in the
Knife him in the-
knife him in the head till they died. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do teach you right off the bat, which is nice, that your ammo is almost useless against zombies. Like there's the opening scene is a small convenience store. You just have to get gas, and the first zombie you encounter takes like your entire clip,
Yes.
Oh.
and he falls down.
Yeah.
Then you go and get something, and as you come back, he's like, "Mrrr," and right back up, and you're going,
I just
yeah.
emptied a whole clip in
I
half.
just emptied a clip into your head,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah, they don't-
still.
I feel like they took that a little too loose, where shooting the zombie in the head doesn't
I know.
OHKO them.
Yeah.
I think they should have done that.
Because 4 did a good job of that, where 1, zombies fell down, but then 2, because
Or at
of
least-
the Lost Plagueis thing, like, they pop back up with...
Yeah, that
like,
they wrote that into the story.
Yeah.
4 worked out really well. This one, I'm kind of irritated that
They should-
I land 5 headshots, and this thing's still like...
You can't tell me that didn't hit the brain.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you
At
give
least,
part of the
at least
brain.
one like kind of grazes the brain. At least 2 headshots.
Right, and then you give me, like, cutscenes where they smash a head, and that kills the zombie, and I'm like...
Why don't I just smash the head?
Like,
Yeah.
why is there not a mechanic once it's knocked down for me to at least...
Kick
like,
him. Even stomp even
their
curb stomp
head.
them.
Yeah,
Even curb stomp
yeah.
them.
Like, still, give me 12 bullets to take
And
it
I
out.
and I
but
get
give me a way
I
to
get
kill
I
it.
get that Leon's like a super green rookie.
Sure, he's
so he
new.
doesn't really curb stomp people.
Yeah.
But
But,
like,
you know, maybe halfway through the game, let it be something I unlock.
Or
You've
some-
learned to curb stomp.
you know how to curb stomp someone. Yay!
Things got drastic real quick.
I got dark.
Yeah.
I got dark.
I kill. I've seen things. Leon's seen shit. He doesn't have to rescue Snow President's daughter
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. So yeah, like it's a great game.
It just I think visually it
visually it's so nice to see Resident Evil 2 done like that. So even
If
3
three-
will be
if 3 make does come along.
Yeah.
Or 4 make.
or 4
Or
make.
for make.
Or Code Veronica make.
Please bring Code Veronica back.
CV make.
Yeah. CVX make. Because
CV make is like CV had a
You know what?
Code Veronica
I'm
had a
gonna-
cool story.
I'm gonna
it
go-
was just horribly executed.
I'm gonna go beyond that. Resident Evil Outbreak remake.
Cool. Sure.
Resident. You know what? They are making another Resident Evil game. They are making another one, a multiplayer Resident Evil.
Yes,
game.
they are.
They are. They are definitely making one where it's a 4 versus 1 multiplayer environment.
Yes,
And then
yes.
they've got the game master
Yeah.
who's setting up traps and monsters. Yeah, that they are making another one, but
So
in the Resident Evil 4 Resident Evil 2/7 engine.
Yes, I didn't write this one down, but there's that that neighbor game.
Hello Neighbor.
Hello
Oh,
Neighbor.
yeah.
They've made a game, same
Isn't that
people,
one?
called Secret Neighbor.
Isn't that a multiplayer?
It is, and I didn't think people would honestly be playing it because
Hello Neighbor was so.
Hello
I
Neighbor
know
was,
Hello Neighbor was well received, but it was just not a very good game.
it wasn't a very good game. It was interesting. It had some cool
It
mechanics
was a very
to it.
streamable game.
Yes.
People loved to stream it.
Yes, Secret Neighbor. You are a kid. You are in a group of 7 kids.
Yeah.
But one of those 7 kids is the neighbor in disguise.
It's like that Deceit game we were playing.
Well,
Oh, I'm
yes.
infected!
Yeah, I'm trying to Brian playing with the voice chat.
I'm infected!
That was the best.
Hey, Tony, you're also infected!
Give away, Tony. That would have been this game. Though. So, like you'd have popped in going, "Oh, I'm the neighbor." Like,
Hello, neighbor!
Hello Neighbor!
yeah.
No, not that kind of neighbor.
I played one round of it. It was horribly programmed. It doesn't teach you there's no tutorial into this game. It's just like start match. And you're
just-
like yes,
yes?
and it's like pick kid. Each kid has advantage, and I'm like I pick kid that run fast because
Yeah, why not?
Seems like an advantage.
seems like the
You're the
advantage
neighbor.
I need.
Now you're the neighbor.
No, and all of a sudden I was walking and this guy was following me, and I'm like, how do I point? Like, do I point out that you're the neighbor? Like, how does this game
How does
work?
it work?
Do I just
What's
avoid you?
what is my win condition?
Do I avoid you for 15 minutes? Do I like?
Do I need to get to the exit?
Is there an exit to get? Because we start in the front yard. Like, do I just
No.
need to run into the street and be like, hey?
Help, 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 help.
I win.
You know, I win.
Stranger danger, stranger
Right, like,
danger.
or do I point at you and be like, you neighbor, and I win? Like,
Clue-
is it
it's
like
like
a game
Clue.
of Mafia
It's like
or
Clue.
something like that, where, you know, or like my Ultimate Werewolf game where you're trying to figure out who the
Yeah,
werewolf is.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do I just point at you, and if I point at you and you are the neighbor, I win? And if I point at you and you're not the neighbor, I lose. Like, all of a sudden, you know, the neighbor is like, the neighbor gets extra powers or something like that. You know, so you can't just accuse people. But, like, this guy clearly started stalking me.
Was he doing it well?
No, like, legit, just, like, right behind me, and at one point he threw something at me, and I'm just like... And then, so, like, I climbed through a window, because I still didn't know what I was doing. And then all of a sudden he popped up as the neighbor grabbed me, and it was like, you lost. And I'm like, and this game is now uninstalled. Congratulations.
Was it on the Game Pass?
It was on the Game Pass.
Yes.
I've been playing Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Olympics.
I want to play the retro mode in that.
It is super cool. The retro mode is fun.
I want to play that mode. It looks
Um,
super funny.
The game is broken, so if you're playing multiplayer and you're doing any kind of racing, pick Sonic.
Really?
Crazy.
That would make sense, though.
I don't know. Game theory would like
But
to.
only one of you gets them.
I don't know. Game theory would like to have a discussion with you about that.
Retro mode, there's no advantages, but in the actual, like, Tokyo Olympic mode, like the new one, they all have advantages to, like, there's like these different sports. So like some of them are better at grappling, some of them are better at this, some of them, and it depends on the sport. So there are people that can match Sonic in speed.
Yeah.
It's just one of those like, and the retro version legitimately there's like if you're doing the button press stuff, it's rattle on the A button, and you are racing at Sonic speed. So who can press the A button the fastest? That's who wins.
Phew.
So, but it's retro. It's
It's
cool.
retro.
It's cool to see. There's a story mode. The story mode is
That's
Bowser.
he traps them in
Bowser and
Retro.
Eggman have devised a way.
They've teamed up.
They've teamed up. They've made a video game system called Tokyo 64
Awesome.
because the last Tokyo games were at 64.
64.
Like it worked out beautifully for Nintendo on this one. Just
Math.
naming rights like Nintendo 64.
Yes.
So Tokyo 64 gaming console, and the whole point was Mario and Sonic were supposed to press the power button and get sucked into the game and be trapped. But they weren't pressing the button because they're like, this is weird. Like, this didn't come from anybody specific. Like,
So they're normal.
yeah,
Their
so like
reaction is normal.
Sonic and Mario were both like, this seems kind of hinky. And Bowser charges in like, you're supposed to press the button. So he presses the button and gets Robotnik, Bowser, Mario, and Sonic stuck in the game. And the failsafe to escape the game was to win all the gold medals.
Isn't there like mini games outside of the thing too?
You either play as Sonic and Mario trying to beat Robotnik and Bowser at games, but you're also Luigi, who's got the game console going like, I gotta get Mario out! So you find Amy, who helps you find Daisy, who helps you find Tails, who helps you find Silver as you go through all of these
Would Luigi not know how to find Daisy?
events. Apparently not.
Like, you know.
You start
Yeah,
off your
that's
search for Tails, and the last time Amy saw Tails, he was with Daisy at the like karate championship. So you go there, and Daisy's like, because you don't go in going like, Mario's trapped in the machine. You're like, we need your help finding Tails, and she's like, I'll help you if you face me in a match of karate. And you're like,
Okay.
okay. So you do it, and then after that, you're like, we need to find Tails. And she's like, I think I saw him over here. So you finally track down Tails, and then you explain what's going on after you do another event against Tails. And they're like, Mario and Sonic are trapped in there. And both of them are like, why didn't you tell us in the first place? And you're like, oh, and then Baby Bowser steals the machine.
It sounds like an episode of a Saturday morning cartoon.
It very much
Yes,
is.
yes.
Like, there's one point where you have to get into an event to chase Baby Bowser, but you don't have tickets.
Oh.
But Silver the Hedgehog, because we all know Silver, he was from one of the last Sonic outing games.
Yeah.
He had tickets to those events, but he gave them away, and somehow they ended up on the top of that really tall tower in Tokyo.
And
Oh.
So now you have to do the rock climbing event, but up the tower as
Up the
Tails.
tower.
Even though Tails has a tail that allows him to
To
fly.
fly.
logic. Why not get Luigi to do it?
Sure.
To climb.
Yeah, sure.
They could have had literally anyone who couldn't fly
Yeah.
to climb.
And then you keep meeting people, like Baby Bowser keeps finding other people, and he's like, no, I'm not giving my game back. This is a fun game. I'm going to keep playing it. No, go away. And the other person who's with him, who is like Rouge the Bat, who's like sort of semi-bad guy,
Yeah, she's
is
like,
all
yeah.
like,
She's
yeah.
like a bat kind
Yeah,
of thing, right?
she's all like, yeah, she's a cat with
She
bat
kind of looks
wings.
like Morgan from Doc Stalkers.
Yeah, but she's like, if you beat me in a rock climbing competition, he'll give you your game back. So you do the rock climbing competition, you get back from rock climbing, and it's like Baby Bowser's disappeared because he's not going to give the game back. And then you meet him and Wendy Koopa, and Wendy's like, if you beat me in a swimming race, we'll give the game back.
It just sounds like an entire tutorial to how to play the mini games.
It's pretty much, and you're
Yeah.
unlocking characters as you go. So certain characters like Rouge the Bat, you are stuck with her. You can only use her in rock climbing events.
Okay.
She's got wings though.
She doesn't use them, just like Tails doesn't use them.
she flies. I know she flies. I've seen her.
So each event has one special character that you can use for that event if you unlock them.
If you unlock them.
So there's like Nega Robotnik or Nega Eggman.
Ha.
So he's like the reverse Eggman, but he's still on the
But
bad
he's still
guys
on the
team.
bad guys
Yeah,
team.
it makes no sense.
But
And then we played a game together, so we'll talk about that. But the Imagineering story is the other one I've watched, and I have to commend them. We skipped last week's episode because we were just busy. So we did 2 episodes last night, and this is how Disney essentially is building their parks, and the Imagineers, who are their engineers,
the science behind them.
the science behind what they do, and like, the thought process behind what they do. So, like, it opens up with building Disneyland, and essentially no architect knew what Walt wanted,
Yeah.
so he hired artists. like, I need a castle, and they're like, we can draw castles. We're good at drawing castles. So they had them draw the castles, and then he's like, now find a way to build it. And they do it. And that was kind of Walt's thing, was like, you know, this is what I want to happen. Let's find a way to make it happen. And if it doesn't work the first time, scrap it. Here's more money. Do it again.
Do it again. Try again.
Like, let's just keep doing this. And that's how he made... Like, Disneyland was debt-free within the first 10 years. Which, for a business of that scale, like, he spent $17 million back in 1955 on Disney.
That's a lot of money for now.
That is a ton of cash, and he made it back and then some in 10 years. Like, they were profitable and out of debt. And then it skips to, he dies. His brother takes over, builds Disney World. And that was pretty much like, oh, we pretty much just recreated Disneyland for the main park.
Yeah.
And then... Tokyo Disney? Tokyo Disney. Tokyo Disneyland. That company came to Disney and they're like, we want Disney. And the Imagineers are like, we can do so much cool stuff. They're like, we want Disneyland, like, in Tokyo. And they're like, well, that's easy. So for a while, the Imagineers were pretty much just rebuilding Disneyland over and over. Done. Then they did Epcot, which was a bigger thing. So that was cool. And then you get into, and this is where I was interested in, was like, you got into the Michael Eisner realm of things. And this is, they built Disneyland Paris, and the Parisians really didn't like Disneyland Paris. They thought it was an assault on their culture. They didn't dig it. But they kept doing good things, because it was Eisner and this other guy. Other guy dies in helicopter crash while going skiing.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
Leaving Eisner, who then had a heart attack and took a little bit of a step back in creative processes. And that's when they decided to make tiny budget parks. So spend half the money on half the land, or on a quarter of the land, or whatever it was, and build parks. So this is where I was really interested, because California Adventure, when it opened, was a junk park. They had this idea that was, we're going to build a love letter to California in California. Like...
Okay.
Come and see the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, I can go see the Golden. It's 3 hours away. I can see the real one, not this like mini version that you've built at the entrance to your park.
Yeah.
Well, we built the Venice Boardwalk, and I'm like, I can drive to the Venice Boardwalk. It's half an hour away, and see the actual ocean. And then they also built a mini Hollywood Studios park in Paris. And it bombed.
Oh,
I know about the Paris one. That one's bad.
And then they built another something somewhere else, and it bombed. Like, they started doing things, and it was all like, let's not spend money. Except in Tokyo for Disney Sea.
Disney Sea was so good.
Because that wasn't Disney putting the money up. That was this Tokyo investors group going, how much money do you need?
Yeah.
Okay, check signed. Here you go. So... The video actually went with, there was the disgruntled employees working on California Adventure because they had no money to work with and no creative, like they couldn't be creative enough because it would cost too much. So they were working, and then they'd go for lunch with the people who were working on Disney Sea. And the Disney Sea people are like, oh my God, we've just built this like submarine ride thing. Totally crazy. You should see what we're doing. Right.
It's amazing.
But that's the thing. Like,
it's amazing.
So they show off how they're building this ride and all of this stuff. And then you have...
Journey to the Center of the Earth was one of the big ones.
That was their other big one. So that's what those guys were working on. Well, these guys were working on, like... nothing.
Because to this day, Journey is still exclusive to Disney Sea.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
Yeah.
So when we went, we made sure to do our homework of like, this is exclusive to here, so we should do it here.
Most of the stuff is
like we're gonna go to California Adventure or at some point in time,
Disneyland,
and Disneyland at some point in time. So if we're gonna be in Japan, we're gonna
do that stuff, which makes sense, and that's so yeah, like they did those pieces, and you just had these disgruntled employees, and then they finally ousted Eisner, and the episode after Eisner, so they actually crapped all over him.
Oh.
Just as a, like, it was a dark spot in Disney time. Like, they weren't making money. Their videos weren't making money.
Nope. Yeah,
their parks weren't making money because no one was putting money into anything.
That's when all those, like, sequels of...
Straight to DVD.
We got Home on the Range.
Yeah. Straight to DVD stuff.
Yeah.
We got a lot of, like, really just poor videos.
Yeah.
And then that episode, the fourth episode, ends with Bob Iger coming in, who is the
Yeah,
current
current.
president.
Yeah.
And it steps up with him, and he goes, well, we have to fix California Adventure, so let's start putting money into California Adventure. Let's start putting money into international relations. So they took that
even
entire
even
Paris...
Disney Hong Kong too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they took that piece of Hollywood studios in Paris, and they turned it into Ratatouille. The whole thing. So there's a ride now that is, you are Ratatouille when he's running through the kitchen.
Yeah.
So you're under the thing, and the broilers are shooting fire at you, but it's all CG, and it's all
Yeah.
like, you know, and you're scurrying this way and that way, but you're supposed to be Remy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
cool.
cool, and the Parisians ate it up. And you actually exit the ride into a restaurant.
Oh, neat.
Like the whole experience, because Bob Iger went, Disney paid, like, he paid money to have people experience things.
Yeah.
We're going back to that. And it's just like, and this is why you are now making, you know, tons of
Billions
money.
of dollars.
And even when they interviewed Eisner, he's like, everybody ignores the fact that I increased our share profits by like 35% by the time I started, by the time I was done. Like, he was pissy that he got fired. And still in this documentary, still kind of like, everybody ignores that fact. And it's like, well, because you ruined the brand a little, bud. To make that profit, you ruined the brand. And they're like, and then he almost ruined the deal with Pixar.
Yeah.
So Bob Iger was the one that bought Pixar. Bob Iger was the one that bought Marvel and Star Wars. And then he was the one that got the theme park rights to Avatar for what, you know, like whatever good that did for them. But
They still have it. It's fine.
well, it's a big part of the park. Like,
Yeah.
one of their main attraction rides in Animal Kingdom is in
Pandora.
Pandora.
It's Pandora.
Yeah.
I still want to see that.
It's something that, like, once I go back, it's not like I'm going to be like, I'm not going there. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
Floating island.
Yeah. But,
Magic.
Modern Warfare we've been playing.
Yes.
The new one.
Yes.
The new Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I like all the modes we've been playing.
Yeah, you can
Is
actually sign up for...
Is hide and seek still in there?
It's not in our hardcore, man. No, you're thinking Search and Destroy.
Yeah. It's not the same.
It might be.
That's
I haven't
prop
looked.
hunt. That's what's
Prop
called.
hunt. I'm not sure.
Is that when you're all like a different like?
You're an item.
Yeah.
Trying to hide.
I'm a bottle. I'm a
I'm a
bottle. I'm a
beach
bottle. I'm a
ball.
bottle. I'm a bottle. I'm a tree. 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 I'm a tree.
I'm tired.
I'm not sure if that one's in there. I kind of thought to look for it, and then I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
And then we played one called Search and Destroy, and I thought that was it, and it wasn't it.
That's not it. Yeah.
I played another version yesterday, which has the bigger maps in it,
Mm-hmm.
because that was part of my daily challenge to get extra experience and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Vacant, the map of Vacant, is actually built into the map.
Oh.
So at one point, I like ran and I jumped over a fence to get to this next point because it was in the middle of Vacant. But I jumped over this fence and I ended up with a bunch of shipping crates, and I'm like, these look oddly familiar. Like, they did. Like, my brain's like, this seems familiar. And then I ran up and there's a dumpster and then a window.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, so I walked around the, like, I just stopped playing. I like walked around the corner. There's the
Check it out.
warehouse. Walked down the thing. There's like, and I'm like, so if I hop in here, there's gonna be a tiny little courtyard and da da da. Yep.
Cool.
And I'm just like,
Good for
that's
them.
just weird. Like, they put it into a map.
They
That's
put a
cool.
map inside of a map.
They put a map inside a map. Crash just got released.
Yep. 24/7 crash.
So right now there's a game mode called 24/7 Crash.
What does that mean?
It is all the
that
game
map.
modes,
That map.
but
Crash.
every one of them is played on Crash.
That's funny.
So every map you play is Crash.
with the helicopter in the middle.
Yeah.
And...
Have you gotten enough of Crash yet? No, you have not. 24/7 Crash.
No.
Because it's the newest level they released, which is just the remake of Crash.
I want to try that other mode too. That new recession. No,
Resist. I don't know.
Reinforcement mode?
reinforcement.
Yeah.
I want to try that one.
Yeah, it's a new mode.
Is Battle Royale still in the game?
Yes.
Hmm.
We haven't tried it though. No, I'm thinking of Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5.
Sorry, no. There's
Okay,
no...
so there's no Battle Royale. It's still exclusive to 4.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's
that
still
was just a
exclusive.
4.
Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, they went for the big maps for some of them, and then otherwise it's just regular game modes.
Yes.
The first season pass just came out, so you can work your way to games.
I've
and
seen that
stuff.
advertised.
Yeah.
On my other game.
Yeah, so that's where Crash came with season 1 of there. So if every 60 days we get a new map, like that's the point where I'm
Yeah.
like, I honestly, if every 60 days I get a new map, and you don't have to pay for the season pass to get the new map.
They just launched microtransactions, didn't they?
Yeah, so it came out at the same time.
Yeah.
But you can gain most of that. You can gain
Yeah.
CP through the season pass. But that was my thing. I'm like, if every 2 months they release a new map and the season pass, it's not a horrible. Like I will give them. I'll buy a season's pass a year sort of thing as like, thanks for the map. I appreciate it because there's actually quite a few maps in this game.
Yes, way more than remastered.
Way more than remastered.
Well, I
so.
would imagine. So
Yeah.
remastered only they weren't working with a whole lot.
No.
So yeah, running, sprinting. So there's run
Sliding.
and sprint.
Is there
Two
wall
options.
running? No.
No, thank God. You
I
can
don't-
slide. There is sliding.
Vaulting over walls is so much more fluid.
Can you shoot down UAVs?
Yes.
I'm in.
You can shoot down UAVs with other assorted things that come in the sky. So like there's this stupid. That's my one problem with some of them. Like, there's a precision airstrike where you look through binoculars and have to point somewhere for it to shoot.
Yeah.
So if you can't get anywhere visible enough to aim it at something,
If you don't have the high ground.
it's useless.
Okay.
Unless you point it at a UAV up in the air and go bloop, because it'll actually like fly over and just attack whatever's in the air.
Perfect. It's probably good for attack helicopters, I bet.
It could be, yeah. So that's the piece.
I bet
Like
you
it
that's really
does
good
work
for
for
that.
some stuff. You can choose your kill streaks as you keep leveling up. So right now, like I have the care package that drops, which gives you a random kill streak reward. My sentry gun, which is an automatic, just like 90-degree sentry gun that shoots people.
Yeah.
And the VTOL jet, which comes over and does an airstrike. You get a pad that you can actually click where you want it to attack.
Oh, you can do a bombing run?
It does a bomb run, and then it hovers over that space and
Just
shoots
acts
everything.
like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not overpowered or anything.
Nope, and I have it so one of my perks is hardline, so it costs me one less kill to get it.
What do you have to give up? Or is it just the thing?
Oh, it's just a perk.
It's just a perk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give up another perk,
Oh, okay.
which there's no other perk in that tree that I really.
Yeah, there's
It depends on- it depends on
the
playstyle.
ghost one.
It depends
yeah,
on
it depends on your
playstyle.
playstyle.
Oh,
Like
it's the ghost. It's the
is
ghost
that we
one.
used
So
to
yeah,
use a
Chris is
lot.
going with ghost
Yeah, you went
because,
with ghost.
but not a lot of people use UAVs, and I don't find
Yeah.
people are looking at the UAVs that much. Like, there doesn't seem to be a lot of UAVs going about. There are personal UAVs that you start with, so only you get the map.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And this time, like with your kill streak, you can save them and then select it from which ones you want. You don't just
Okay.
have to use it and then
Yeah, you
you
don't
get
have
another
to.
one. It kind of overwrites it.
Yeah.
It's just you
Okay.
hold off like yeah.
There are gestures and communication things you can do. There's sprays you can do.
Yeah, that's it. It's a modern first-person shooter.
Yeah.
I bet you there's
If you
also
kill
emotes.
someone right off the bat, you get
There's-
kicked.
Yeah, we found that out.
Ah, ah.
Well, because it used to be like on some of the maps, I'd start in front of Brian, and
You would
Brian
just
would
knife
just
him.
or he'd knife me or shoot me or whatever. And we tried it split screen when the game was still like new, like I had just
Yeah.
gotten it here. So after the show, we had tried it out, and he turned around and just go pew, and he all of a sudden got kicked
Yeah.
and couldn't play, even though we were on the same
Same
console.
team.
Like I couldn't press a button to be like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, just get 'em
During
back
the
in.
match, if you kill people,
Yeah.
it will. It gives you
3.
2 kills. On your third kill, after the third
Oh,
one,
yeah.
it starts reflecting the damage baggage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't boot you from the
Doesn't boot
game. It just starts reflecting.
It'll
the
only
damage
boot you at the very
baggage.
start.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat, it's like team killing is not acceptable in this
Yeah.
map, and you're just like,
it's not tolerated.
it's not tolerated. That's
Yeah.
what it says. Yeah. So, but the maps are cool. There's night mode on the maps now.
That's a makes it a completely different
I
game.
would play that game.
It makes it very different for some of us more than others.
Yes,
Some of us
so-
with the 4K TVs can see in the dark.
Yeah. Like my screen at night, if I take my night vision off, it's like black. It's like I can hardly see things at all. His, if he takes his night vision off, he still can see hues of stuff.
Outside, I can actually see. It looks like
Yeah.
the sun is setting, but I can still see. Inside buildings, pitch black.
I'm assuming if you have night vision on, it goes. "Nee."
No, you get a laser on
You
your
get a
gun.
laser on your gun.
So if you have the goggles off, that doesn't give you the laser, so you're like kind of invisible.
Yeah.
Like you're way more invisible without the night, without the
Gotcha.
goggles on. So, but yeah, stellar game.
Very good.
And
very
then
good.
the thing we all watched, which we can talk about at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So that's Nick.
Next.
Sure. So I've been busy. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon stuff. I was in Portland for a week,
Mm-hmm.
for a weekend. There was a regional championships there.
Excellent.
It's no different than all those other trips I've been in. I mean, I won't be doing a lot of them in the next couple months, so it's probably my last one for
For a while.
at least 6 or so months, probably. But yeah, that was fun. I love Portland. Portland's probably my favorite, non-Canadian.
Portland
Second,
is really cool to go
second
to.
favorite non-American or non-Canadian city.
Yeah.
First being Seattle, because Seattle's just straight fun. It's I love being by the port side, but Portland's also good too. Good beer, good food, good.
Heard's very hipstery there.
It's very, I guess yes, maybe that's the right way to say that.
You should watch that Portlandia show.
Everyone keeps telling me about that every time I go.
It's pretty good.
I've never heard of the show before.
It's Fred Armisen from SNL and someone else from SNL. It's pretty good.
I hear about the show all the time, and
Because it concentrates right in on that like
hipster
vibe of like they go into a bar to order beer and it's like,
well,
does your beer come with like non-GMO blah blah blah?
because everything there is like all craft beer. There's like
it's
that's
craft
like
beer, craft coffee, craft like,
everything.
Yeah.
Everything's craft.
The food there is all craft everything.
Yeah.
So yes, it is very much that culture.
Yeah.
And then I got into finally Disney Plus.
Yep.
Yep.
I like it.
I love it.
Heck yeah.
I really like it. I don't, like I said to you guys earlier, like I just have that one issue every once in a while where it'll load the video and then stop the video, but play the audio ahead of the video and then rewind all the way back to the place where it
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It happens like once in, I don't know, every
so often.
every week maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not like every day.
Yeah.
It's not like every time it loads up. It's been happening less and less, so it just could be a server issue that I'm on at one particular time in a particular episode of something. It could be that, I'm not sure. But I finally caught up to Mandalorian.
Excellent.
That's a great show.
Boop, boop,
It's
boop.
a great. That show's just good,
Yep.
and I think I know why I like it. It's because they made it into a video game.
Because he keeps upgrading his armor.
Yeah.
It's because he keeps upgrading his armor. He goes to a place. The quest giver says, "Oh, we need you to do something."
Yeah.
Yep.
He does it, gets rewarded somehow, whatever it
yeah.
is, and flies off to another place and does that all over again. And meanwhile, having to care for
Yes, Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda,
Main
Yoda
quest.
baby,
The kid.
the kid. That's his main piece, but he goes planet to planet doing quests
Yep.
and getting something out of it, whether it's money or like fame or something out of it. So yes, they basically made a video game into a TV show. Been playing that. Speaking of video games, I've been playing a different kind of Call of Duty than you guys because I was a couple weeks with no console.
Yes.
But I was able to play Call of Duty Mobile still on the phone.
Whoop whoop.
I like it. It's a quick in and out. I don't have to load a PlayStation or anything. It just start the game. It's basically just Call of Duty 4 on the phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no story mode, obviously, but it's that. I enjoy the score streaks work a little bit differently. Like the
Kill streaks.
Kill streaks work a little. They call them score streaks.
Yeah.
Because it's all points based. It's
It's
not kill based.
Yeah.
So every action you do gives you points. So it's whether it's a minor assist, regular assist, a major assist, UAVs. When you launch your UAV and your opponents or your teammates kill someone, you get points off. They get points off of it. So
That's how this one works too.
but it's not. It's kill based though,
Yeah.
right? This in the mobile version, it's point based. So after every, say, 100 points you get a skills. You get a streak.
you get a streak.
Nice.
That you
And
can
so sometimes you get it faster because you pop off UAVs a little bit better, and it rewards you for still assisting in kills
do. Yeah.
rather than just having like, oh, I did most of the work on that one, but he still got me.
Yeah.
So I don't get the points for that. You still get the points for that after.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. And it's very just mobile based because it's all like, oh, you need to level up to unlock everything. And
Yeah.
right now I have 3 class slots unlocked. Even though I have 3 slots unlocked, that third class I can basically equip a main weapon. I got a knife.
Excellent.
I can't put a grenade on it. I can't put perks on it. I can't customize any of my score streaks on it. So I have 2 ones. I've got my sniper build. I'm working on an SMG build right now, which is I think I really like. And of course, anytime I get a suppressor, it just goes right on the gun.
Goes right on the ground.
Just goes right on the gun because it makes me play better. It works. It's scientific fact.
Well, I like that about this modern,
So.
like the new Modern Warfare, is when you do attachments, it does. It gives you like aims down the sight is going to be slower, but
Yeah.
you're going to have a steadier. It's going to reduce recoil, like that kind of stuff.
It's
So you can
plus and
actually.
cons. Yeah, the mobile version isn't quite as in depth.
No, not if it's based off of, because it is
4.
more based off of 4.
It is
Yeah.
the mobile version is 4. They did an update recently. You can play in the zombie modes now, which is actually really really good on the phone because it's like quick. I think it's like maybe 30 minutes tops
yeah.
when you go through all 8 waves and then the boss, which isn't too bad because everyone kind of has figured out how zombies mode works, and it's just you need just get better guns. Just get better guns
Get better.
because as soon as you get into the boss wave, you have unlimited ammo.
Oh, really?
Because in regular zombie modes, ammo is very limited in the first 8 waves. But as soon as you go into the boss mode, whatever guns you have already equipped, you have unlimited ammo for it. So the first time I went into that mode, I was being a little stingy, and I was like, I'll just take the SMG and my pistol.
Yeah.
Like these seem to work okay. I still have my knife. And then when the boss came up, I was like, I have a pistol. I've got an SMG that's got like 20 rounds in it. I'm useful. So that didn't work very well.
Observe me helping.
I'm doing a thing. And so been playing that. I did a little of the battle royale on it. It's not bad.
Oh yeah.
It's not fun. I would prefer the zombies or the regular multiplayer mode if I'm being honest about it. So they added controller support finally to
Excellent.
mobile games. So I'm like I can or I won't because I don't think I carry a PlayStation 4 controller on me at all times, especially at work. That seems like a long walk for a short drink of water.
Xbox just released a hoodie that has a controller pocket, a remote pocket, and a cell phone pocket.
Is it called a hoodie?
But no, like it's got a specific
But it's a hoodie.
Well, it's got that pocket.
It's
too.
a hoodie.
Yeah. But it's got like one of the pockets is here.
Is it like Velcro straps where it's like
No, it's just it's like holsters all over.
It's the holsters.
holster,
TV on,
remote control,
remote out, controller
batteries,
out, yeah.
batteries. My charging battery
I did get my battery packs, by the way.
Oh, yeah? You
Yeah.
For your
finally got
Xbox?
them?
Yeah.
for your Xbox.
Yeah.
You didn't get another tattoo
Returned the
gun?
tattoo gun.
You bought a tattoo gun?
No.
No.
Damn it.
I bought
Damn.
batteries. They sent me a tattoo gun.
On Amazon?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you were part of the people on Amazon that bought something on Black Friday and then you got something wildly different? That's fantastic.
I heard a tattoo gun that was supposed to go to Nick Power. So Nick Power, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I returned it.
It's too funny.
Hopefully you'll get
I
it.
heard about
Hopefully your girl appreciates some Xbox batteries.
That's too funny.
Yeah, it was good. I got the notification on my phone, got home, opened up the box, and it's like it was gift wrapped. Like if you've ever ordered something from Amazon and asked for it to be gift wrapped, it comes in like a shiny bag with a little gift tag, and I'm like, did I accidentally click the button to have this gift wrapped? And then I opened it up, and it was like this weird box, and I'm like, they double boxed it. So then I opened it up, and I'm like, that definitely ain't a controller.
What do
like,
you know?
Closed it back up.
They were kind of slow the past couple of weeks.
So
The Amazon Prime's been kind of slow.
as you get closer to Christmas, it's
I've
availability of delivery people.
Yes.
Either way.
But yeah, Call of Duty Mobile now supports controllers, so if you want to just completely mow people down with a controller, you can. Or because it's on Android, you can just install BlueStacks.
Yeah.
And then play with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
And then mess people
Really
up.
old.
And then really mess people up.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's fun. It's okay. It's a good time waster when I don't have a PlayStation on
Sure.
there. So, been playing a lot. So I think I know Dingy's fix for his PlayStation because
Okay.
he and I have the same problem of our PlayStations wanting to take off.
All right. Yes.
Has he still complained about that lately or?
It has not done it with Modern Warfare, so no.
Nope.
Okay. Because I found the fix for me, and the fix is to put it on a cement floor to cool it down. It's literally flat on a cement floor.
I have a feeling you just got to buy a new fan or something for
Yeah.
It's a long walk for. I do not want to fix that. I'm just gonna wait until the PlayStation 5 or whatever.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Whenever, or doesn't matter. Because I almost got a new PlayStation during Black Friday.
Yes.
I almost did, and then I ended up just getting a new controller instead. Which we needed a new controller anyways because the last one was a piece of shit. It held charge for about 2 minutes.
And then you needed a cord.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've put in Death Stranding finally.
Yeah.
And I'm played about an hour or so, and it is a Kojima ass game.
No.
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 So the game opens up with, oh god, how does the game open up? So you open up as Sam Porter Bridges, aka
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, and you are essentially making deliveries. It is exactly what is advertised. It is
Excellent.
a delivery game. It looks phenomenal.
Yep.
This is the best looking PlayStation game the best looking game I've ever seen. Like it looks like Norman Reedus, and I'm playing it on a base PS4 in just regular 1080p.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what this game looks like in 4K.
4K.
Like I guarantee this game looks stunning
Yep.
in 4K. So, a couple of things to note in this game. It is in a post-apocalyptic world where something called the Death Stranding has basically decimated humanity.
It's a giant robot.
Don't know. We don't know. I don't know. And so there are things called
know
BTs.
Kojima.
There's things called BTs that
Yes.
they are like dead creatures or living creatures or something in between that can drag you into the afterworld, the afterlife, I guess. And so your goal is to kind of avoid them while you're delivering your parcels
Supplies
or
and
parcels
Ticket.
or whatever.
Yes.
And so you just have to avoid them. And so one of the things that you can do is you can actually hold your breath, and that's drains your stamina meter. You've got your blood meter, which is essentially your health. Your health. You've got a urine meter.
Excellent.
You can pee. You
Excellent.
can actively pee.
You used to be able to do that in one of the Leisure Suit Larry games. I'm just
Yes.
throwing that out there, like, you know.
Hey,
Yeah.
the last Kojima game, you can make a horse shit on command. And
That's really hard in real life.
he literally said the command is literally in that game. Do it.
Do it.
And it's just key for
So,
something.
what is the perk of being able to pee?
So I guess the part of it is just health management and stress management in the game, because you're not only managing your Sam's character,
Yeah.
you're also managing this little BB.
Baby.
It's called the BB unit, and it's essentially a baby in that orange pod. And what happens is he hooks it up to you, or he hooks it up to himself, and he can sense BTs around you, because you can't see them. Normal people can't see them.
But this
And
baby can.
Yes, and so you can hook it up to your suit, and you've got this little radar thing that pops up on your shoulder, and it's like you press the R1 button, and it scans not just the environment to see kind of the terrain and how you have to walk,
Yeah.
but also it can sense enemy BTs, but it can also sense these enemies called mules.
Yeah.
See, what happened in the future is that society has been fractured. Like there has been no ways of communication between individuals,
Yeah.
and so the communities have relied on these people called porters,
Which is what?
which was your main character, to deliver things back and forth between cities.
Right.
And so mules are people who, from what I've gathered, are basically other humans who get off on getting packages back and forth between different cities, like aggressively. It's kind of like Mad Max, but not
But
dirty.
you're a Domino's delivery guy.
Yes. Yeah. It's like
In the
Mad.
middle of Mad Max.
It's in the middle of Mad Max. Like you're basically Mad Max.
You ordered the pepperoni!
And I'm pretty sure that's where Kojima got a lot of inspiration from, because he loves Mad Max.
Well, then.
He loves
I was
his
like,
film. He loves.
Domino's?
He also loves
Pizza
Domino.
delivery guy.
He also loves Domino's. And so the big big gameplay feature of this game is, again, getting you from point A to point B, but you have to watch where you're walking, because you have to load all these cargoes on your back, and if you load it wrong, or if you have too much stuff on your back, you could fall over. You can topple over, and
There's
then
a physics generator. in this.
there's a physics piece to this game where if the things fall, you could then pick it up afterwards, but the stuff is
Beats
damaged.
Break.
Oh.
Stuff might break. It might be damaged. You might get less score. You
I
might
would just Ace Ventura it the whole way there.
Bang, 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 bang.
just kick the box across the mountain,
Eh.
and he's good. You can use the items as weapons if you come across mules, which is the enemy other porters. You can use them to knock out other people.
So you can take like
Yep.
the case off and be like,
Yep.
"Hachia!"
Yep.
Do you have any other weapons?
I haven't gotten to that point. I'm told that there is combat in this game. So far, it's just been me punching and throwing things at other mules. But I'm told that there are other weapons in this game.
Take this. Tattoo maker.
Sure. Tattoo.
Sorry, Nick Power.
I'll tattoo you later.
That is almost what the gift card said.
I'll tattoo you later.
I hope our love lasts as long as the tattoos that I will give you with this gun.
Oh, that's so
that's
bad.
so-
Nick Power.
That sounds like a
What
fictional
a name. What a.
Nick Power.
I feel like that's not his real name.
I don't think that's his real
Maybe it was
name.
an
I
online
did
guy.
know someone with the last name Power,
Austin.
and she played it up like she knew. Like, if you
Oh,
have
boy.
the name, you got to use it.
I
Yeah,
guess you
that's
are.
true.
So, yeah, I don't understand this game so far. I don't know if I love it or if I like it. I know. So the other part of the game is because it is a single player game primarily. You don't need to have an online subscription to play the online
okay.
stuff. But what happens is if I build because you can also build structures in this game. So and you can put down ladders, you can put down ropes to help. Yeah, it is a build. You. I'm serious. This is a building game. Like you can build roads between cities.
Yeah, but can we build together?
You cannot build together.
Oh.
You can see each other's buildings.
Ah,
It's very weird. It's very
not
weird.
as good.
That is good.
Not as good.
You can build structures,
There's
and,
nothing like coming home and finding a bathroom right in the middle of your living room.
and you might see that in this game because I guess every once in a while your game has to connect to a new server, and you can see other people's buildings and other people's structures that they've put up.
I just like screwing with him. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna put a kitchen table here, so he leaves to get the wood, and you're just like, and toilets.
He switches the walls to make them unaesthetically,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
if the walls have two sides to them, I'll make sure that they like.
Because then they have a
alternate.
crack in the middle.
No, not alternate. You have to 2 2 1 1 2 1 2 2.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Oh yeah.
1,
No,
2.
it's bad. And then the one ceiling tile that's
Yes.
the wrong direction.
Yeah, so
It's fun living.
So
with
it is an
him.
online strand. He's calling it
Online
a strand
stranding?
game. It's a strand game where you can connect with other people's game worlds and see their structures, but you're not working with them
With them in that game.
in like simultaneously.
Animal Crossing. Did
It's very much it's a very cool. And so if you see a structure that someone's built or some rope that someone's left for you to climb up, you can actually leave them a like. You can
Oh.
like other people's structures, and
I like
it's very social in that regard.
What
It's
if you
very
don't
cool.
like?
Can you
Can you
download
destroy
it?
it?
You can take it off. Yeah, you can. So you can dismantle. Yep.
Oh.
that. Can you downvote it so they know that you
No.
dismantled it?
No.
So you can make someone feel it.
Yeah, can you make it? Yeah, like
No.
tell them like I've dismantled
Spray
this
paint
because
the
it's
walls.
No,
terrible.
you can probably build. You can put up a sign that says like "ass builder." I guess. So it has a little bit of.
Sucks.
It does have a bit of Dark Souls aspects in that, where it's like it's multiplayer but not really. So that's really cool. Story wise, again, like it's just so weird. Like it
And that might open up as you.
is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to it eventually because
When's meet Conan O'Brien?
I'm excited to
Yes,
meet Conan
yes.
O'Brien. I'm told. Is it Taika Waititi or J.J. Abrams is in this game as well?
I think Taika's in. it.
Taika.
Yeah, Taika.
Yeah, one of those guys is in this game as well. And I'm really excited to meet him. Really excited to meet him. And so there's something called the time fall in this game, and it's just regular rain, but it's not. It looks like regular rain, but it's not. What happened?
Time?
Yes, it's literally anything that the rain touches, it accelerates the aging of that item
Oh.
or whatever it hits. So you can see timefall in the distance, and you can see it hitting the ground, and the grass is actually turning brown and like dying off, and then regrowing, and then
Growing.
dying off again. So the trick is
That's trippy.
it is very weird. And then and in timefall, there is a lot of BTs, so you kind of want to avoid those. And a lot of players have put up signs because it's an online shared world.
Yeah.
People can put up a sign saying like, "This is timefall here." So if you check it on the map, you can say, "Okay, cool. You're trying to plan your route around that area." Because the thing is, when you walk through it, Sam automatically puts a hood up, so he's kind of immune to the timefall effects. But the cargo that you're carrying is not. So
with
if-
the baby.
the baby is also protected in
You
it, and
You
it's
should get a hood for the cargo.
Yeah.
maybe that's an upgrade for a feature down the road that I don't have.
I'm just
'Cause-
saying, if
because
it's gonna protect you, just get a tarp.
you can apparently get a upgrade for your cargo, which gives you a little like
wagon.
platform.
Oh,
And you can put the stuff on the platform, and it follows you, and it
Oh, that's
and it
nice.
hovers and floats, so you don't
Nice.
have to worry about
The
balancing.
jostling.
Because the first couple things I've done so far is carrying the stuff up a mountain, and then as you lean and tilt, you hold the shoulder buttons, and it stabilizes you. So you can just kind of like it's kind of the whole like grabbing
Yeah.
the backpack
Yeah.
thing, making sure you don't like fall. It's very much like that.
wow.
It's very he put a lot of thought into this game.
Sure, there's a lot of weird mechanics. It's just how they all get putting together that's gonna
Yeah.
be interesting.
Yeah.
And along with the weird ass story, So far, I've met Guillermo del Toro's character, who is not voiced by Guillermo del Toro.
Oh.
He doesn't speak good English.
does not
Let's
speak
not
good
let's
English.
not
Why
give
don't
him.
have him speak Spanish? With subtitles.
The weird thing is the character that they have voicing him still has a bit of an accent,
Oh, yeah.
so it's super weird. And so I met him. I've met some Elizabeth Warner's character. They de-aged her for this game
Cool.
because
Okay.
she's super old now, but they de-aged her to look like she's in like her 20s,
Okay.
or 20 or 30s or something like that.
Yep.
So that looks really really good. But yeah, like this game is just super. I like it, but I don't know why I like it. And I don't know if it's basically because it's a Kojima piece where it's like I put my trust in him in this weird game. Also, I've only played about an hour.
Yeah.
I'm told it's not the learning curve, but like the completion curve. It's like the first 2 to 3 chapters are very like slow, and then like chapter 4, 5, and 6 just like kick off
Oh, okay.
from there. So I'm hoping that with the Christmas break coming up, I'll be able to just literally just sit in front of a TV and just play this game. Because it's one of those games that you need to put a lot of time into.
Yeah.
If you're used to playing like a quick game like Call of Duty or
Right.
Even Pokemon, I'll get to that in a second here. But like even with Pokemon, where it's a quick in, quick out kind of thing, Death Stranding is not that.
No.
They encourage you. The game encourages you to take your time and plan your route up this mountain properly or whatever from point A to
Path
point
you're
B.
taking. Cool.
It very much, it's a patience game. You need to take your time with it, from my experience so far. Because if you just go in, you load everything up, and then you just run, you're not gonna have a good time because things are gonna fall off your thing. You're gonna trip over rocks.
Challenge accepted.
Water is a big challenge in this game because you can, as you scan the environment, it actually gives you an idea of what the terrain is like. So you want to stay in areas that are kind of yellow and green. Any areas that are marked with a red X might cause you some difficulty.
Oh,
so if you
okay.
try to crawl over it, you might lose your balance more easily. Water is a big challenge because it tells you how deep the water is.
Yeah.
And so, how do I best describe this? You can still walk through shallow waters, but if you stay in the shallow waters too long, the baby unit that's attached to you, the BB unit, gets too stressed, and its ability to track things becomes a little less reliable. And plus, it's a baby; it's crying a lot,
Oh. Yeah.
and it'll start crying, and it'll attract enemy attention.
Stupid baby Mario and the stupid Yoshi's Island 2.
My recommendation, because as soon as you start the game, what you can do to soothe the baby is you literally like pop the unit off and you shake the controller to calm the baby down. Turn that
Shake the
off.
baby.
You can do it. It's literally the motion is him doing this. And it's like back and forth and like.
I understand this as a motion,
Yeah, like a
as
cradle.
it's like a
But
light,
like- But I think the DualShock 4 controller doesn't have that
kind of capability.
capability
Yeah.
to keep track.
Oh, like
so
the
the animation
swing
looks
controller.
really weird.
Just
Yes, it's No More Heroes with a baby. You're shaking a baby like a lightsaber.
I was taught that was bad.
Yeah, me too.
I'm told that yes, maybe don't do that with a real baby. But you can turn that motion controller off and just have it
And just
relegated
have
to
it
a right analog stick or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. The baby sounds come out of the controller, which
Excellent.
is super weird. The
Ooh.
first time around I heard that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess there's a speaker on this controller.
Yes,
I
there
I
are.
keep forgetting that there's a speaker on this PlayStation controller.
Another game did that to me too. I forgot which one it was, but it was just like
Yeah.
I find the
yelling
text.
at me.
I find that
Battlefield?
Could have been Battlefield. I feel like Horizons did that too.
Horizon might. Usually, PlayStation 4 games are pretty good with that. Last of Us will do that every once in a while.
Yes. Yes.
I
it
can
did.
see that happening.
Yes, it did.
The text is a little bit too small for me,
Mm.
and I heard that they're issuing a December patch to fix that, along with the vehicle issue.
And what is the vehicle issue?
So, as part of the game, you can pilot vehicles like trucks and stuff like that to get from point A to point B a little bit faster. And because it's a shared world,
Yeah.
people, and when you leave a vehicle, someone can see the vehicle and pick it up and use it or whatever. Apparently, players are griefing other Death Stranding players by leaving vehicles in major plot points
Ah.
where like you can't access that area because
That's
the truck or
terrible.
car like blocks that passage, or people will build roads and then leave trucks in the middle of the road so that when you're driving, ka-chunk.
Love it.
It's terrible. Of course.
So
This is why
I-
we can't have nice things.
we can't have nice things. But the Death Stranding guys have
That's
come
why
out.
there's a toilet in your kitchen.
Shh. You're gonna grief them with all the toilets on the road. The Death Stranding guys have already come out and said that they're working on that
Yeah.
to either minimize the amount of vehicles that are shared between worlds, or maybe they'll add a button to dismantle the vehicle
Sure.
into parts that you can use to build other things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of naked Norman Reedus in this game.
Excellent.
Because in between missions you can have a private room, because you work for
Private room.
you work with an organization called Bridges. Yes, there's very much of that. You have your own private room where you can kind of relax. You can monitor your BB unit while it's in the wall. You can take showers. You can there's 2 options for going to the washroom: standing and sitting.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Sitting.
Like
Always
that is
sitting.
like you have your options. I'm glad that that's there.
Always sitting.
There are giant cans of Monster Energy drink in this game.
Yes, there are. I saw those.
Are they a sponsor?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very
very much
much
so.
but it's like he leans heavy into it, that like Monster is in this game, because it is in your best interest to drink the Monster Energy drink, because it helps recover stamina faster, and that's what helps you run, helps you climb, helps you stabilize your bag. And I'm like, but why is it Monster? Why does it have to be Monster?
Because they gave the most money.
Also,
And Red Bull gives you wings would just be cheating.
I also feel like in the post-apocalyptic world that the one thing that survives consistently is Monster.
It's an energy drink.
Clearly, the Monster Energy drink. Makes
Something is in the wall. Something is
Monster
in Monster.
and Twinkies.
Yay!
Twinkies.
Hooray! I liked one of the conversations on the subreddit. It's like, if there's one thing that you would like to put in the time fall, what would you like to do? Because it accelerates time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a Twinkie in.
Let's just watch it go.
See what happens to it.
Joke's on you. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens to
Exactly.
it.
It's like a cockroach, man.
Putting a Twinkie in time fall.
But the time fall's an interesting concept.
Yeah, it helps manage.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of interesting concepts. In this
There's a
game.
lot of
just
things.
A lot of there's
There's
just
a lot
lot
of it.
concepts.
There's
Yeah.
a lot in this game, and it's very Kojima-esque in that regards. Again, I'm hoping I meet some of the more interesting characters later on. There's one of the characters that meets. It's kind of like the Q equivalent.
Yeah.
He kind of like
Oh.
he's like
He's got gadgets.
gadgety. He's like the tech guy, I think. But his what was his shtick? They called him in the trailers, I think it's like the 7-minute man or something like that, because every 7 minutes he dies, and he's got a machine strapped to his chest that brings him back.
Huh.
And so there's something called the beach in this game, and you've seen it in all the promotional trailers where there's like a beach and the whales and the crabs and stuff like that. Apparently that's like this other world that the Death Stranding has connected Earth to, and I don't get this fucking game, man. Like, the first thing that you do is you're carrying a body to an incinerator, because you can't just bury people in this world.
Excellent.
When people die, there's a time limit between death and them turning into a BT.
Oh, all right. Because you gotta get rid of it, right? All right.
But the thing is, like, you can't burn them anywhere either. You have to burn them in a specific place, because when you burn the ashes, there's something called chiral matter that comes off of them.
Oh.
It's so fucking weird, but I love it. And this chiral matter is like what causes this Death Stranding phenomenon. I don't know, man. I want to get into this game more, and I really don't have the time for it. And I'm sad because I'm also playing Pokemon Shield
Excellent.
or Sword. I picked up Sword.
All right.
I picked up Sword. I played about 2 minutes of it, and then I watched my wife play a little bit more. I have picked Sobble,
Excellent.
Which one's that one?
the water one.
Oh, okay.
The water one.
The depressed water
The
one.
best water one.
Yeah.
I will make him happy.
You won't make him happy.
He will be my partner. He will be happy. God damn it, he will be happy. I love it. I love the look of it. I love the visual, like, initial impressions of it.
Yep.
I don't care about any Dex stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit about that, because overall this game looks amazing. My initial impression is that there's no voice work.
Yep.
If there's one gripe I have so far with it, there's no voice work. I would expect a little bit of voice work even from a game like this.
Sure.
I mean, you play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a voice in that game.
Yeah.
That has a voice.
Yeah.
Not just like an NPC, but like everyone's got one there. So when you're getting introduced in the beginning, like welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon, it's not the professor, but it's one of the announcer characters.
Yeah.
And
and like just a narrator
kind of. He is okay. So in the Galar region, the Pokemon gym battles aren't your traditional gym battles anymore. You still go through a gym, but when you face off against the gym leader, it's a big stadium thing. Yeah. It's a big stadium ordeal in Galar. Because the big deal is Dynamaxing Pokemon and Gigantamaxing. So you need a big stadium for kaiju level monsters.
Right.
But there's a host and he's introducing you to the world of Pokemon, and the Pokemon that pops out of this ball, like they all do, they throw the ball and then the Pokemon comes out and it's like, oh, that's a Squirtle, or oh, that's a Pikachu. I don't know what the fuck this Pokemon was that came out. It was an orange elephant.
Excellent.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I need it. I want it. It's that appeal of Pokemon that has been missing for, well, ever since Sun and Moon almost. So I am ready to play Sword and Shield. I know you guys have your opinions about it, but I think this game looks amazing. I'm super excited to play it some more. But yeah, like, because I think the big deal was my wife needed a Switch to play it.
Yeah.
And we actually found a really good deal.
Nice.
It was $400, but you got a Mario case and a $25 eShop credit.
Oh, nice.
I've heard of that one, yeah.
So I'm like, that's like, the case is probably $20 in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a Mario case. It's really nice. I might just steal it. And she got the red controllers. Can you buy the red controllers separately?
Yeah.
Oh, you can now, hey? Okay. I thought those were exclusive to the Mario bundle.
No, you can get them. I'm not sure where, but you could get them.
Okay. Either way, she got the new Switch, the one with the better battery.
Right.
Nice.
In it. So for the same price, I'm like, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna steal your case. So.
But I'm taking the case.
Been playing that for about 5 minutes this morning before I came here, and then we watched Frozen 2 last night.
Excellent.
Nice. I heard it was.
Okay, so.
Did you like Frozen 1?
I thought it was I thought Frozen 1 was fine. I didn't hold it to the high standard that apparently everyone else in the world did. I think Frozen 2 is overall a better film.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what I've heard.
Overall, it is a better film. It is a much more, I don't want to say dark, but all the songs in it are very much more like, oh, this world is gone. I'm so sad, but like, I need to look up and, see the brighter side of things.
It's a little more mature.
It's very much more mature. There is a lot of themes of what am I going to do after,
Sure.
like this entire whole ordeal. Because the initial plot hook is Elsa is now the queen of Arendelle.
Yes.
And so she's been hearing voices coming from the forest. Well, there's this forest covered in mist from all the trailers that you've seen. And so all of them have to basically make this trip into this forest to find out what the forest spirits are wanting. It does do a little bit of a video game-esque story, where there are plot hooks that get solved after they do certain. It's very much like laid out like this is the thing that needs to happen.
Yep.
And so they need to go through all these little points to find out the story. They also they retcon their parents like hard, because in the original film they died at sea.
Supposedly, we knew they were coming. Well, at least the mom was coming back because she got a voice actress. So
Yeah. They filmed flashback scene.
Yeah.
And
So there's not Tarzan's parents.
I can't say unless you want me to, but they definitely retcon the parents very, very hard.
Oh yeah.
Just to the point where I think that they didn't realize the success of the first Frozen, and so
they did not know.
So they were like shit. We need to make a story here.
Yeah.
And I think the story that they ended up coming up with was a really, really solid. It's a very good natural progression for all these characters at the end of it all. Whether or not they do a Frozen 3, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think they just continue on doing the shorts.
Yeah.
As they've done, because they've introduced a lot of interesting characters.
Yep.
Like a lot of interesting, cute side characters that they could totally move on along with. Visually, this is the best looking Disney movie I've ever seen.
Out there yet? Yeah.
Like this is like it's. I thought Coco was amazing. This blows it out of the water. Like it's hands down. It's not only colorful, but the skin tech is good. Like the reflections off of everything is realistic. All the pan wide shots of Arendelle and like the ocean.
Yep.
Like you know it's CG, but it looks.
Yeah, but that's
it's,
every time they make a movie. It's
Yeah,
that
that's,
next-
yeah, they get better and better and
Yeah.
better and better and better. Like I thought Coco was amazing.
Yeah.
With Pixar, I was wrong. They're gonna get better.
Oh, sure.
Same thing with Disney. Like their animation studios is
Well, and that's
amazing.
the thing is, it's like you make sure you spend R&D development on this,
Yeah.
and then that just carries over into the
But it
next
doesn't-
thing.
But it's not like they just did on that too. They focused on the story and the character
Oh, for
building,
sure, but
and it's so much better.
There's always one I always notice in any Disney or Pixar flick. It's like, oh, they spent money on this time for.
This one doesn't have that. It's
You know.
everything.
Oh yeah,
It's everything is just leagues better than
like water comes from Moana because they spent a bunch of
It's
money
on
on that.
Moana.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
the
And
songs.
Brave was hair.
Yeah.
The songs in this are actually really really cool.
Nice.
I'm not gonna spoil it,
All right.
but there is definitely a Backstreet Boys style song in there.
Excellent.
Sweet. Sweet.
Backstreet Boys, Boys to Men kind of thing song in there.
Excellent.
When it comes up, it's just like, is this happening? This is happening. This is happening in this movie. It's great. It
Perfect.
is so good, and it's so in character with that individual. One of the other plot points is Kristoff.
Yes.
He's trying to find multiple ways because him and Anna have been together for a long time now.
Sure.
So he's trying to find multiple ways to propose to her.
Uh,
And so every step of the way, he just keeps.
did you
Being
not learn
Chris-
from the first movie? You meet her, you sing a song, and you're
And then,
engaged.
you're
They
engaged.
they actually make fun of that.
Of course. Well,
There's-
they made fun of it in the first movie. You can't just say you're going to meet a guy and fall in love in one day.
Why not?
Yeah,
Do you not? Do you not? Is that not how it works?
that was the line from the first flick.
Do you not do that?
All the time.
Olaf is good.
Olaf.
He's Olaf. He's Josh Gad.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has everyone has their own song, or
Nice.
at least two songs
Yep.
for some of the characters. So, yeah, I think it's a better film. Not like the best film in the world, but I think for a good Disney follow up to Frozen, this is it. Like if you enjoyed the first one, you're gonna enjoy this one. I don't think the songs are as catchy in this version. Maybe that's why I like it more, because I thought the songs in Frozen 1 were a little too catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they reference that really hard and then just like shove it off. There's a scene in there that's they do the first couple lines of that song. They're like, no, no.
They had that in the trailer.
Cool.
But yeah, overall it's a better film. I had a great time with it. Other Disney films I watched on Disney Plus. I forgot to mention
Yes.
Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, good
Yes,
show.
yes, yes.
I loved that movie so much more than Lion King. So much
Because they
more.
well, the animals emoted.
They
Yeah.
had feelings, and not even just the emotion, but like the characters had
Yeah.
emotions too. Like, I didn't get that from Lion King. I didn't get any of like the scenes in Lion King to have an emotion. In Lady and the
Oh
Tramp,
no, definitely.
it's like them sitting at the table, like Lady and the Tramp sitting at the table. That scene felt real. Like it felt awesome.
No Siamese cats.
They were still dicks.
They were still
Oh,
dicks.
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah,
weren't
yeah.
Siamese.
Siamese.
Correct. They weren't Siamese, but they were
They were just
Domestic
close to
short
Siamese.
hair.
They were close to Siamese. Were they not? I don't remember.
Kind of just looked like domestic, like skinny domestic short hair.
I have to laugh that Ken Chung
Yeah.
still got a doctor's role.
Yeah.
that movie. That was, I think, the thing that my wife and I laughed about the most was.
I saw his name come up in the credits. I'm like, wait, he's in this movie?
Well,
What?
just the diversity casting of this flick made us laugh so hard because they still said it back in the 1930s or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like him and his wife, and I'm like, oh, this isn't. She's gonna get
big
like,
trouble.
she's gonna get in a lot of trouble. He's gonna get in a lot of trouble. Like, do they not know? And then all of a sudden, like, pans down and she's pregnant. I'm like, oh, they are in so much trouble. He clearly slept with like the help,
Nope.
you know.
Nope.
And then all of a sudden, Ken Jeong walks in as the doctor, and I'm like, oh, this is the 1930s that
Disney's
everybody it is
1930s,
Disney's
yeah.
1930s
Yes.
where everybody got along.
Yes, Yvette Brown's character got a lot more screen time than I thought she would,
Yeah.
which I'm okay with
Which
because
was that one?
Yvette
Oh,
Brown was
the
ant.
the
Yeah.
ant.
Yeah,
Shirley from Community.
Right.
she was the ant.
I'm so sidebar about her. I'm proud of her. She lost a lot of weight.
She lost right after she left
Community,
Community because
yeah.
she was taking care of her dad.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I'm good.
She did
Good for her.
She did. She did.
Good
very
for her. She
Mhm.
she looks really good right now.
Yep.
But yeah, that movie is just so much more fun.
Yeah. No, it's
than
fun.
I
It was
thought.
cute.
Like they make a little bit of differences. Like they changed the terrier.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
turned into a girl. They don't have They don't have the puppies at the end, but they still have puppies from the shelter.
Yes.
It's Overall,
I mean, they don't have mixed breed puppies. See where I'm getting with this flick? Yeah. Mhm.
Diversity.
They got it. They nailed it.
Yeah, they nailed that. Even in the dog
Dog
my
world.
dog was very fascinated by that entire flick too.
Oh yeah. Hey.
She watched it most of the whole way through.
My cat also was pretty enamored with Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
So I can reflect
My
that
cat
as well.
didn't care. My
We
cat was
are
just like-
Siam. It's because there was no Siamese
Yeah,
cats.
yeah. My cat was just like,
Your cat was
I
like,
wasn't
I
too-
demand Siamese cat singing a fairly racial song, please and thank you.
You know, we can watch the original Lady and the Tramp.
We can, it's on
Yeah,
there.
it's
It'll just
on
have
there.
little warnings in the front. It's
It
fine.
comes up with the warning that some of these what
Cultural,
is that?
cultural,
yeah.
culturally inappropriate for the time,
yeah.
or culturally inaccurate
For at the time.
For this
Yeah,
time or
this time
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, no, Lady and the Tramp, super fun.
Yeah, it was a stellar
I
film.
really enjoyed it, and again, maybe not my favorite film of the year, but
No,
I
it was
blown-
good. It was
I-
kind of an unexpected sleeper.
And honestly,
Yeah.
like coming off of like Lion King, I just needed something better, and
Yeah.
I didn't expect to enjoy a talking animal movie
Yeah.
this year,
See,
and I'm okay with this one.
like I said, my biggest fear for that one was Disney Plus not knowing how much money they were putting into anything. Were you going to get Air Buddies where all the dogs were?
Got the human lips.
Yeah, they have the weird human lips at the front, and it's like
Yeah.
dogs have like this,
They
this
go
mouth
all
that
the
goes
way
all the
back
way
here.
back.
I'm interested to know the development, like story of that movie, because my understanding,
that was definitely a theatrical
Yes,
release
correct.
that got its budget cut, and then
rebudgeted.
then they're like, well, do we release direct to like Blu-ray? And they're like, no, let's throw it on Disney
yeah,
Plus,
Disney
and then
Plus.
put.
We'll see what happens with it.
So instead of like direct to Blu-ray quality, they pumped like an extra couple $1,000 sort of thing
Yeah.
to make sure everything was just that
Mhm.
much prettier.
Mhm.
And then we got that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when I first read that, I was pretty sure it was the theatrical movie, and
Because I feel like that's what Noelle was supposed to be too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
yeah,
that
one
with,
yet. It was not that.
Anna
good.
Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick and
was
Bill
she the only?
Hader.
Yeah.
Are they the only good parts of that movie?
I haven't seen
They're
it
not
yet.
even the good parts of that movie.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's really like because it's a G-rated, PG-rated family Christmas movie, and you have two comedians that can do really good stuff
Good, yeah.
by going into even that PG-13 rating,
Yeah.
and they can't. He's just the slacker brother, and she is the overachieving sister.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Like the best part is there is a CGI reindeer that looks like a CGI reindeer, but his name is Snowcone, and I think that's the cutest thing in the world. And it's just like that's amazing, and he's barely in it.
Oh.
And you're just like, ugh. But like no, it's one of those Anna Kendrick goes looking for him, falls in love. Like
It's a romantic.
it's a
Christmas,
romantic Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been my. I've been busy, so
I haven't done much. We'll talk about Mando.
Yep.
Mandalorian.
And I watched a lot of Recess. So
Recess
far,
is a good
I think there's only one episode that I've seen on the Disney Plus that I do not remember from watching it from before.
Wow.
That's when TJ gets his black eye.
I remember that
I
episode.
remember that
Watch it.
episode.
I
I
remember
remember
that
that episode.
Oh, speaking of Disney Plus, I tried watching Simpsons.
Yes.
It's a hard show to binge watch. I've noticed that it's a very, very difficult show to binge watch.
I'm on season 2.
I can't binge watch it. I find that it is just like it demands too much of my attention.
That could be, yeah. 'Cause
And
I've
I
actually
don't
been
want.
watching
And
that
when I
without any
binge
other
watch something,
distractions.
when I would binge watch something, I'm usually like doing something else
Yeah.
or not paying
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah,
on
it's
my
definitely
phone.
not my Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Like I cannot binge watch Simpsons.
Nope.
It demands too much of my attention, and when I do watch it, it's just painful to watch. But I'm okay with watching like an episode here and there. But I feel like 30 seasons. Like
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
make it.
I don't.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
Has anyone finished all of it yet?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Is that possible?
Sure.
My friend is a Simpsons holic.
Sure,
I'm sure.
like that's-
You know, he probably didn't need Disney Plus to watch it, but now that it's all in one place for him, I'm sure he's
Yeah.
okay with that.
Well, that's like my Game of Thrones thing. I would watch all of Game of Thrones if I can stream it. It goes much
Yeah.
better if I can just hit like play next episode.
Yeah.
Because I would do that with the DV or the Blu-rays that Chris lent me. It's like I'd watch all of one disc in one sitting
But then you have
because
to
I
get
could just
out
it would
and
just be like
change
play
this.
next episode, play next episode, play next episode. Like it would just play them all, and then it's like change the disc, and I'm like, ugh.
Go to bed.
Yeah. I'll go to bed. Like I won't watch that extra episode or two. It's just like I'm going to bed now.
Yeah,
Screw
I
it.
just think Simpsons for me, like it's just a hard thing to binge watch because it's so, like the jokes on it, they need to be watched. Like you need to sit.
Oh
and
yeah,
watch it.
it's a watch. You have to
Like,
watch it.
but, like,
You can't have it backgrounding.
You can't have a background. You can't be on social media. You can't, you
Nope.
can't be playing Pokemon or anything
No.
like
Nope.
that. Like it's
I've been watching The Simpsons.
like it's just hard, and it's just draining. I feel drained when I like watch
Oh.
more than 3 or 4 episodes at a time.
No.
Whereas,
don't.
it's like if it's Futurama, I could binge watch Futurama like no tomorrow.
Yeah, I could-
So I don't understand. Like maybe it's like the Simpsons itself.
Maybe.
Disenchantment's like that too. Like I can't binge watch Disenchantment.
Disenchantment I can't binge watch.
Oh, speaking of binge watching, Dragon Prince.
Yeah.
Yes, I did finish. We did finish Dragon Prince, and my God, that show is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that show is so fun.
But then there's rumors there won't be a 4th season because like one of the creators is in trouble.
That's fine.
For inappropriate, unwanted hugs.
No, he made a verbally inappropriate comment.
Verbal
Oh,
hug.
Unwanted verbal hug.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If it ended in a good spot, if it wanted to finish, it's okay because
They
they
finished that main.
they finished enough and they left enough for something else.
Yes.
If they wanted to
Brian
follow.
wants something else.
Because
but-
they're supposed to do all the like each season's based on a power,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah. So this one he got his wind, right?
Yeah.
So he mastered the wind thing, which was very. I didn't expect him to get it that easily.
He almost died.
Done.
Correct, but like I just
Mastered win.
not
Hold on.
Yeah, not quite the same. Oh God, please not quite the same.
I can do it on 2 ends.
3 ends.
That's the mastering of the win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Your
expose
butt
it
and
all.
your mouth. Yeah.
But I think they're also busy now with the actual Avatar show.
Yes.
So I honestly don't know where that production is at that moment.
I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna stream either.
Netflix.
Netflix.
It's Netflix. Yeah, Netflix got the rights for
Think
that.
I would get Netflix again.
I still
I'll
have it.
binge watch it later.
I still have it. So if you don't,
Shh.
Yeah.
They're clamping down on that.
Yeah, they are. They are.
my password is 1, 2, 3.
How does he know the combination of my luggage?
ABC.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4,
1,
5.
1,
Change the combination
1.
on my luggage.
Try 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Try 1, 1, 1, 1, 4.
Oh, he's skipping. You might have
Yeah.
skipped the
You
real
might
one.
skip the right one. You can't
Yeah.
skip. Can't
Yeah.
skip. Gotta go all the way
Skip.
through.
Yeah, so we did finish all of that as well.
Nice.
And just having nailed it on the background while I take care of house things.
There you go.
Nice, nice.
And here I'll put this up. Mandalorian.
Spoilers.
Episode 5.
Okay, so I'm caught up now.
Yes, good.
So good. This
So
show's
good.
It's
so good.
such a good show.
This show's so good.
I got
Oh.
a text from Ross the other day, and the question was, do you think that Jon Favreau was given a budget, or he just pretty much
Just did whatever.
did whatever
Did
and
whatever.
they paid it later? Like it was an IOU essentially from Disney just to make sure that the show was.
Because I feel like they have no limit.
Yeah, like
Well,
the
but they
speed
do
of-
because look at the name, look at the amount of actors in the show.
Oh yes, yes.
You're
true.
not paying like
You're not
last
paying
episode.
a crazy amount of actors.
was Ming-Na and
Ming-Na and the other guy and
Who-
the bounty hunter and the lady at the place,
Yeah,
plus a Tusken Raider and
which could be the same person just with a mask.
well, but there's still different people. But like
Oh.
starring at the end of the episode,
Oh, yeah.
there was only
Yeah.
like
3.
3 people on top of like
You don't have a giant
on top of Mando himself. Like
Yeah.
you don't have a massive cast list. You're not paying reoccurring cast members. You're paying like one-shot people, cameos.
which is way more expensive.
Not
It
necessarily.
It can be way more. Depends on who you get.
Yeah,
depends
some
on
might
who
do it
you
as like
get.
as favors and as
Yeah.
perks
or it's again the
part of their
people they're getting
contract.
aren't huge people. You're paying them Actors Guild rates.
Yeah.
And
It's not
some
like-
and some of them are already on payroll.
yeah,
and sure
yeah.
some of them are already.
Like Ming-Na's doing a ton of other stuff already with Disney.
Right,
Yeah,
but that's
so-
just a matter of like, we want you on the show. How much is it going to cost? No, that's too much. Cool, we'll find random,
You can
person
find
number.
someone
Like, we don't
else.
need you.
But like the show's still fine. Like it's so good.
But it's
the,
good.
the writing, the story,
the
Yeah.
the characters.
And again,
I
his
love-
acting with the helmet on the whole time.
It's just-
He
I'm insane.
throws so much emotion into it with
Without-
just a
with-
helmet, without his face.
Yeah.
This one actually had in episode 5 that was the rookie.
Yeah.
Call him the rookie.
Yes.
His acting was a bit subpar.
But
I think it was supposed to be because
Because
he
he's
is
green.
supposed to be
He's,
the cocky, like, I'm gonna
He was
make
sitting-
it.
Teenager kind
Yeah.
of.
he was
Yeah.
sitting where Han Solo was sitting.
He was,
So that's
Yeah.
that.
because they made it back to Tatooine.
Yeah.
I know. I saw that. I'm like, they didn't.
Yeah, I was like,
They wouldn't.
this looks vaguely familiar.
And as soon as he walked in, I was expecting like music playing.
Yep.
And nothing
Yeah.
played. And I was
It
like,
was a lot
"Aw."
emptier, eh?
It was.
The bar was a
I
lot
was
emptier.
super disappointed by not having
Well,
anything playing.
and I absolutely loved one of the places online was like, so Luke Skywalker majorly screwed up. Because at one point when they get ambushed by Tusken Raiders, he had a pair of binoculars very similar to the pair that was traded. So if he would have just known simple sign language,
He didn't know
he
how to
would have made it out
communicate
without all of that. Like,
So, directed by George Lucas.
that. He was a naive teenager at that time.
I guess
too.
so.
I
But
wanna
don't
know
you
what-
think if you grew up on Tatooine, you'd
You would know that's.
It's like, oh, the
cult-
Tusken
yeah.
Raiders talk through
Sign.
Sign.
sign. We should really learn that sign
Yeah.
No,
so we can at least.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe
I would like to know what he was saying too.
They were farmers.
What'll it take us back to? I guess
Yeah.
what they were.
Like,
farmers.
and then like
farmers.
something like, or else you're gonna kill like someone or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to die. How do we get past here?
Yeah.
And it's like we want the
don't want to
binocular.
die.
You know.
Yeah.
Those are new. I know they were new.
Yeah, they were. That's nice. Now we're alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, the speeder bike scenes were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the
It looks
intro,
great.
even the intro battle scene
Yeah.
was really, really
Yeah,
well done.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I felt like Star Wars. I'm really glad they kept the wipes.
Yeah.
I'm so
they
glad.
cut the what?
The wipes
The-
when it
the
wipes
regular-
across the screen.
Oh
the
yeah.
wipes, like classic Star Wars
Yeah.
wipes. I was like, oh.
But that's what makes it feel. So everything that makes it feel like Star Wars is you don't have to spend a lot of money when you have a guy in a cockpit.
Yeah.
Like that's a cheap way to film space fights. They still gave us a couple other pieces, but even the speeder bikes is legitimately there's a green pipe
It's
sticking
just
out
a
of the
green.
ground holding
Yeah.
it up,
It's just a green
Yep.
screen.
and those guys go
Yeah.
Yep.
whee.
Reminds me of those unicorns you
Yeah.
can ride at the park, or those.
Yeah, the spring-loaded ones. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like they're using old tricks to make
And I
like old
love
movie
those old
tricks,
tricks.
but
Those
it-
old tricks
and
would
it
look
makes it
way
look like
better
Star
than
Wars.
CG.
And I think they can spend more money on other pieces of
Yeah.
the
Right,
show.
and then they
Yes.
put money into making sure the dewback looks like an actual dewback,
Yeah.
and not like a re-release of Episode 4 with those dewbacks that look like junk. Like
Yeah.
if they replace those dewbacks with this dewback,
I like the nod of the stormtroopers with the helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stormtrooper helmets. That
Oh,
was really
man.
cool. I'm like, oh, that's because they used to be here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Used to.
They did
Yeah.
not find the droids they were looking for.
yeah.
Maybe the droids find them.
Whoa.
Whoa.
The show is just nuts, and we only have what 2 more episodes or 3 more
3
episodes.
more. I think
Three
it was
more.
8.
Yeah.
Then we'll get season 2.
Yeah, because season 2 is on the way.
Oh,
Right.
Oh,
has
it
to
better
at this
be.
Point.
I thought it was already announced.
I don't think so.
It's got more views.
We're getting it's got more views than Stranger
Stranger
Things. We have the Rogue One, that guy's show is coming. The pilot and Alan Tudyk's robot are getting their own show.
Oh yeah, K3.
Yeah. So they're getting their own show that takes place before Rogue One, obviously, because
Well, we know what happens.
Spoiler! Hey, spoiler tags up.
yeah, they die.
If you've never seen Star Wars.
Yes, and then we're getting our Obi-Wan Kenobi show too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all the Marvel stuff. And I'm like,
Yes.
wow,
Oh my
Disney
God.
Plus is so.
And that's the thing. Like, if this is the quality of Disney Plus shows, we're
And
good.
I so appreciate that I don't have to binge watch all 8 episodes.
Right. That's
so,
been
so,
our,
so
that's
want
been our
enjoy
lovely
that.
thing of this show is every week we
And just in
actually
general,
get
'cause I've been
to discuss.
Yeah.
Like even little things like Forky asks a question. Like I'm
Sure.
so glad I don't have to, binge watch all 5 minutes of this like 10 times.
Yeah.
Because I would, if I had to watch that much of Forky, I would
Someone
shoot.
would die.
I would shoot my brain.
Yeah, someone would die.
So I should start watching those, so that
Those
I
are
don't have to watch them all.
Perhaps you should do that.
They're only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's- you can watch one a day and be okay, but
Or spread them out through the day.
Spread them out
but
through
really,
the
like
day.
The Mandalorian's been so great to watch because we can literally watch an episode and be like, "Wasn't that cool?" When like the
Yeah.
guy was sitting at Han
And
Solo's
we can
table
still-
and like he's
and we
playing
can
with the blaster.
Yeah.
And, like you actually dissect an episode and talk about an episode
Right.
as opposed to just, Wasn't that
The
show
whole
amazing?
season.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was the Dragon Prince?
Right.
Do you remember the scene where I don't remember.
I don't remember. I just
But
binge
that's the
watched it.
pieces.
I
Like
don't
you talk about something like that, and it's like, oh, the beginning was good, the end was good, and the middle had a lot of cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
But what was that cool stuff? This one's legitimately like every episode you can be like, oh, that was totally cool, and like even the stupid droids, like that was so cute seeing those.
I
guys
saw those
again.
guys. And I'm like, oh my god, because as soon as I saw them, I'm like, are they on?
We're on Tatooine.
Yeah,
Are
Tatooine.
they on
It's totally
Tatooine?
Tatooine.
Are they on? I'm like, they can't. They're just regular droids. I'm just gonna give them a benefit of the doubt. There's regular droids, and then the camera pans over this desert. I'm like, oh my god.
Tatooine.
Well, just seeing the planet first that they're at, like, Then he comes in closer.
Could
and
be
it's
a
like,
Yeah. No,
like,
it's
like
just,
even with the Jeff Goldblum show. It's like
I can't watch that one.
that is a 100%. I need to do something else while listening.
There is too much Jeff Goldblum.
We
We have found it.
That's the level.
We have found the saturation level of Jeff Goldblum.
I'm okay with it.
And it is that show for
The
me.
tattoo piece was funny because like having him tattoo someone else, his own face on someone else.
I haven't watched that.
He was literally had this moment with the guy. He's like, "You and I are connected now."
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm
That's-
like, "Oh, this is you full
he
Jeff
started
Goldblum."
trying to make his own sneaker, and I'm just like, nope.
He
Nick,
made his own ice cream.
I
the ice cream.
Yeah, I didn't
ice
even
cream
make
one
it
was
through the
fun
ice cream
too.
yet. Nope, I can't. I think that show, honestly, if they split it into like part 1 and part 2, I could handle it.
No,
like I
I
have to
think-
watch 15 minutes of that show and then another 15
No,
minutes of that show.
I'm doing stuff in the kitchen. I can listen to it. And I'm
See,
okay
I
with
just
it.
watched them.
No,
That's
it's-
probably my problem.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you need to be actively doing something else.
Yeah. Like, you shouldn't watch all the Nick Cage movies at once. Community has taught us you should not watch this much of Jeff Goldblum in one sitting.
I might have fucked up.
Yeah.
I watched National Treasure 1 and 2 back to back.
That's fine. He's the same character. That's just like watching one really long
I watched
Nick Cage.
I watched because that was one of the first things I binge watched, I guess, when I got Disney Plus. Is National. I put on National Treasure 1. I was like doing whatever, and then you know what?
Watch
Let's do
the second
2.
one.
Let's do 2. And then became like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, where's National Treasure 3 when I want it? And it's Disney Plus. We could have a Disney Plus National Treasure 3. We should just do it.
Nick Cage works for cheap, man.
Yeah, like just Disney. Do National Treasure 3. Don't be cowards. Don't be a coward. Do it. We all want it. We know it's all bad, but we all want it.
I love those movies.
They're so terrible though. It's like his mind goes on a tangent because
But
it's
I
like
like the
the wood
puzzle.
was brown like the color of the flag from the 1860s when
best part.
when our ancestors came here on the ship. And the clues on the ship. We have to go to the Mayflower right now. I'm like, but the desk was brown.
But it was made out of the type of wood. It's not the color brown. It's the type of wood.
It was,
The wood
it
came
was
from
the type of
Mayflower,
it was
and the
type
Mayflower
it was
is-
type of wood that was used by this carpenter who was known for this one specific detail in this little town. We must go to that town where he lived.
Yes.
That we'll find the next clue there.
Find the
I've
printing
already
press.
written a third of your movie for you.
Yeah. There's a desk with a thing on it, and it will lead them to Benjamin Franklin's printing press.
No.
It's his toilet.
That's Thomas Crapper.
We've written National Treasure 3 for
There
you.
you
It is not hard.
Either way,
We'll see you guys next time.
thanks for watching. Like I turned the spoiler tape off.
did that.
so
I
know,
it
'cause I
doesn't
bug you
appear
every
next
time we have a show.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, we'll be back next week doing it all over again, and stay tuned because closer to the end of the month we'll have our past cast
Where we talk about things.
we
from
do
the
a year in review.
Yeah,
2019.
yeah.
We get to duke it out. We're gonna fight. I'm gonna fight.
My list is almost done.
Whoa!
I haven't even looked at the list.
I'm gonna send out a because we
Yeah.
over the years we've solidified things down slightly.
Yeah.
So
I think we should also discuss like having short lists. Official.
like yes, that is
Like,
on my
yes.
that is I have planning. There are yes.
I like seeing short lists.
Yeah.
There you
Okay,
go.
we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.